Does this bother you? What if you had to pay to make it go away? We often assume that all the information on the internet is equally accessible. It's not quite as simple as that, but this ideal is the basis of net neutrality. It's an issue that's been on the agenda in the US for years, but it actually affects people all over the world. Here's the problem. Without net neutrality, your internet service provider, or ISP, such as BT or Comcast, could influence what you see and how quickly you see it. In order for you to watch YouTube, browse Facebook, or read the news, you need an ISP to connect you to that content. Net neutrality demands that ISPs should treat all web traffic the same. Let's think about that in terms of real traffic. The ISPs are like the road between Tech City, where companies like Amazon and Google are based, and Consumerville, where you live. These companies have to send information along the road, which is owned by the ISP. Currently, vehicles from Google and vehicles from a small company travel on the same road at the same speed. The ISP cannot favor one over the other, so the Google van cannot overtake its competitor's little car. But imagine the road is converted into a highway with a fast and slow lane. To access the fast lane, companies have to pay the ISP more money. This favors big companies who can afford to pay. Some companies might even be denied access to the road altogether. It would be the ISP's choice. Without net neutrality, the ISP highway has stopped treating all traffic the same. What does this mean for you? Well, without net neutrality, you might find some services slow down unless your favorite sites pay the ISPs. This has happened before. In 2014, before net neutrality regulations were enshrined in law in the US, Comcast customers noticed Netflix streaming speeds plummeting. It wasn't until Netflix agreed to pay Comcast more money that streaming speeds shot up again. It could also lead to higher prices for you. ISPs could charge premium prices for people who want to watch a video or listen to music at peak times. And if companies are forced to pay for the fast lane, the price increase might be pushed back onto the consumer. That means you could end up paying more to browse your favorite sites. You might even notice a decrease in the quality of content. While larger companies can afford to pay up for better service delivery, smaller companies may not be able to keep up. Less competition means less pressure to improve products and services, and if smaller companies fold, the consumer will have less choice. ISPs could choose to slow down content of any kind. Let's take the business of streaming video. If Netflix makes an arrangement with an ISP, the ISP could block Netflix's competitors from reaching customers. Many ISPs have started their own streaming services. They could favor their own content and block competitors out completely. And it's not just about business. They could also censor content that they disagree with. ISPs argue that if there was less regulation and they were able to charge a premium for faster service, they could reinvest the money in better infrastructure. This could include improved access for people in remote and rural areas. If popular services like YouTube are putting more strain on the ISP's network, it makes sense for them to pay more anyway. Right? But YouTube would say it's not their job to improve the internet, just as it's not BMW's job to build better roads. What's more, many argue that any extra money paid to ISPs would really just go into the pockets of shareholders. One thing's certain. Net neutrality creates a level playing field which spurs innovation. Small companies can easily challenge competitors, which motivates them both to improve their products. Small startups have a fighting chance to grow and even surpass their big rivals. That's how Facebook rose from humble origins in Mark Zuckerberg's university dorm room to domination over market leader MySpace. ISPs also argue that any consumers who don't like the way they operate can always choose to switch providers. But it's not that simple. Many people only have access to adequate broadband from one internet provider in their area. Without net neutrality, that one ISP could have a lot of control over what those consumers get to see online. So what do you think? Should net neutrality rules be protected, loosened a little, or even scrapped altogether?
I'd like to say shalom, giving all praises to Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Also give a double honor to the elders of GMS, honor to the Akim, peace and blessings to the brothers and sisters that listen, the hopeful elect. And back at it again through the power of Yahawah Shem Yahushua with a quick lesson. You know, most people heard the news already on the FCC voting against net neutrality, which I was holding off on this lesson to wait for the verdict, which most people was expecting it. All right. And the clip explained pretty much what net neutrality is. It pretty much keeps the internet free or neutral. You know, the internet service provider will keep all internet traffic pretty much the same. You know, but now with them ruling against it, they could slow down your data. They can throttle certain connections. Okay, they could give preferential treatment to other services that benefit them, and above all, they could stop you accessing certain websites. So pretty much what they're doing, like we said, that New World Order is full effect. They're cracking down on free speech, man, because one of the main vehicles of free speech was the internet. That's something that they could never control, man. And above all, we know that's targeting towards the truth. All right, I'm gonna get an article to further prove that. One of the main vehicle the Most High use is the internet to spread the gospel, to spread the world. That's how the gospel of the kingdom is spreading. It's through the internet. Okay, that's how I woke up. That's how the majority of brothers woke up in other states and other countries. Our elders and apostles didn't have to physically travel there. Nah, the word spread. But the Most High is what? Sealing up the elect. The elect is almost sealed. And that's why these things are happening, man. When this devil think he finally got this thing shut down, the elect is already sealed. So this is all what? Prophecy. All right? It's all prophecy, man. And to further prove that, it says there's another article. So that's why the elders, the apostles, and other brothers pushing videos. We pushing videos, man, because we didn't know how much longer we gonna have this platform. Okay, so you Jakes, man, you took this word lightly. You see, the blood is on your head, man. Let me get scriptures, but let me read this article. It says, Google to hire thousands of moderators after outcry over YouTube abuse videos. So they're using this child abuse thing to crack down on certain content. But I'm gonna highlight certain things in this article to show it's deeper than that. It said YouTube owner announced on Monday that next year, 2018, it would expand its total workforce to more than 10,000 people responsible for reviewing content that could violate its policies. Let's listen carefully. The news from YouTube CEO Suzanne Wojcicki followed a steady stream of negative press surrounding the site's role in spreading harassing videos, misinformation, which they consider conspiracy theories, misinformation. Speaking out against the government is misinformation. But I'm gonna read on. Hate speech. Guess what? We fall underneath that umbrella. And content that is harmful to children. So they said they're gonna start hiring over 10,000 people to start reviewing content. All right. That's why. Let me read on further. It says, Wojcicki said that in addition to an increase in human moderators, YouTube is continuing to develop advanced machine learning technology to automatically flag problematic content for removal. I read on down. The complete company said its new efforts to protect children from dangerous and abusive content and block hate speech. Like I said, man, they said they're going to start cracking down 20. So got net neutrality, which gives the internet service providers more power control, can slow down your data traffic, throttle your connections, block access to certain websites. Now YouTube is saying they're going to hire more people for their workforce to crack down on misinformation and hate speech, which we know who that's targeting us, man. This word is becoming a problem. All right, I'm going to further move on down. It says, they keep talking about this kid stuff. That kid stuff is just a front. All right? They don't give a damn about no kids, man. Most of these powerful people, these people in power, the Pizzagate scandal and all that, they abuse kids, man. It's coming out now that all of them are pedophiles. So what they do care about children. They don't care about no children. This word and all that information is becoming a hindrance. All right? It says, I'm going to further read on. YouTube has repeatedly sparked outrage for its role in perpetuating misinformation and harassing videos in the wake of mass shootings and other national tragedies. The Guardian found that survivors and relatives of victims of numerous shootings have been subject to a wide range of online abuse and threats, some tied to popular conspiracy theory ideas prominently on YouTube. There you go. There you go, man. So guess what? We fall underneath the umbrella of conspiracy theory. We also fall underneath that umbrella of what? Hate speech. So they saying they got to crack down. They got to stop this. You know? There you go, man. Ain't about no children. That's just a front. See? And I have another article I'm going to read. Then I'm going to jump straight into the scriptures, man. This is it, man. That's how we know Yahawah Shem Yahushua is close. Okay? Like we said, this platform is not going to be available that much longer. All right? Net neutrality. YouTube hiring more their workforce to crack down. And this is another article from the FBI. Okay? This was published in October, late October. It was published in October. It says FBI terrorism unit says black identity extremists pose a violent threat. There you go. FBI terrorism unit says black identity extremists. We fall underneath that umbrella as well, man. Okay. The U.S. government has declared black identity extremists a violent threat, according to the leaked report from the FBI Counterterrorism Division. We're literally enemies of the state, man. Just like Will Smith in that movie. That's what we are. We're enemies of the state, man. Okay? It says, the report dated August 2017 and compiled by the Domestic Terrorism Analysis Unit said the FBI assesses very likely black identity extremists' perception of police brutality against African Americans spurred an increase in premeditated retaliatory lethal violence against law enforcement and will likely serve as justification for such violence. What violence, man? Okay, we the one that's getting gunned down in the streets. Okay? But this is nothing new though. Okay? It says, let me see, this article's very long. It says the FBI did not immediately respond to the Guardian's request for comment on Friday, but defended its tracking of black identity extremists. Guess what? The Hebrew Israelites is underneath that umbrella. So guess what, brothers and sisters? They tracking you. They're looking at you constantly, man. Okay? They looking at you, man. You into certain videos, they got you marked. That's why I said in the last video about the red and blue list, yellow list. This is not no laughing matter. This is life and death. Okay, you got enemies that want to do you in. They just waiting for the right time, man. Okay, so the FBI, they letting you know in the article. Black identity extremists, they're tracking you. Okay, and other agencies we don't know about, man. And YouTube said what? They're going to start blocking a lot of that content next year. And net neutrality just passed. Which equals what? The famine of the word. That's what all this trickles down to, the famine of the word, man. So this is it, man. Okay? I'll read some precepts. Let's get some scriptures, man, on this whole situation. It's going to be long. And this is why it's so important to push this word while you still can. Take advantage of it because it's free. I mean, for now, with this net neutrality, things may change. But it's free for now, man. Push this word, man. Take advantage, man. And really and truly is Yahawah Shem Yahushua. That's really and truly it is. It's not even Esau. Esau's just a pawn. It's really the Most High who's closing this thing up. Why is he closing it up? Because 144,000 is almost sealed in the 1/3. So the Most High is closing this thing up. I'm going to get a scripture, Amos 8 and 11. It says, so this is our job, man, to exalt Yahawah Shem Yahushua and to wake up the elect. And the elect is almost waking up, almost complete. Okay, scripture tells you when 144,000 wake up, that's it, it's done. All right. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. There is going to be an actual physical famine. But the Most High said that what? He's also going to send a famine of what? Hearing the words of Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Because this word is also known as the Comforter. And our people during the time of harm, death, and destruction, Jacob's trouble, y'all not going to be comforted, man. Okay? Y'all not going to see us physically on the streets when martial law happened. And y'all not going to see the internet because the internet going to be shut down. All right? That's a famine of hearing the words of Yahawah Shem Yahushua, man. That's what it also says, Psalm 74, verse 9. It says, we see not our signs. That's what they're going to say, our people. We see not our signs. There's no more any prophet. That's what they're going to say when all hell start happening. When Yahawah Shem Yahushua start bringing Jacob's trouble on y'all, man. Destruction, man. Neither there's any among us that knoweth how long. You see? They're going to say there's no prophet. We don't see no signs. That's the Most High said, like in the book of Proverbs, he said what? He's going to laugh at your calamities, man. He's going to mock you when your fear cometh. Because when he called, he did not answer. And how did Yahawah Shem Yahushua call our people? By us physically going out there and preaching. Okay, by us putting the word on the internet. And when you keep fanning your hand and you make your stupid comments, guess what? You're marked for death. You just curse yourself as well as your children. Okay? This is no laughing matter. This is no joke, man. That's one of the main things people like doing. Is the internet is a major part of people's life, man. And they're cracking down on all that, man. So the messages and all that we pushing is only but for a short time. And it's really only for the elect anyway. Lord willing, I'm a part of it. Okay? And other brothers that push in sincerity and in truth. Get another precept. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 26. It says this is going to happen again. This happened back then, but it's also going to happen again. Wherefore I will bring the worst, this is verse 24, the worst of the heathen. The worst of the heathen is Esau, man, Edom, the border of wickedness. They shall possess their houses, and I will make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Everybody gonna be defiled, man. These temples, sanctuaries, and your houses, man. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and they shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then they shall seek a vision of the prophet. That's when our people going to try to get right. That's when they going to try to finally listen. When all those horrors happen. What's the horrors? Martial law, the chip, the race riots, disease, warfare. When all these disasters start happening out here. World War III happening, the chip. All of that, man. Insurrections, uproars of the people. Then they gonna seek a vision of the prophet. Then they gonna look for us on the streets. Then they gonna try to access the internet. It's gonna be shut down. But the law shall perish from the priests and the counsel from the ancients. None of that's gonna be found no more, man. Hell, you be lucky to even find a Bible in that time, in this evil time, man. Okay? That's how crazy it's gonna be out here, man. Let me read the next two precepts, close this out. This is what Yahawah said, John chapter 9, verse 4. He said, this is what Yahawah said, John 9 and 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. Hear what Yahawah said? And that goes for us today. We must work the works of the Yahawah, the Most High, while it is still day. This is still day. Well, hell, now is like the evening now. When the night come, no man can work. What's the night? When that new world order's here. What's the dawn after the night? When Yahawah come back. And the kingdom of heaven is being set up. Yahawah is going to bring that new day. The night is now. Is that night? We approaching that night. When no man can work. The work going to be done. It's going to be what? A famine of the word. It's going to be a famine of the word. Alright? And like we said, it's all the will of Yahawah Shem Yahushua. I'm going to close it out with this last precept. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 26. Let's see, Ezekiel 3:26. It says, I will make. This is what Yahawah Shemel Shah said. Verse 24. Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, Go shut thyself within thy house. This is the Most High to Ezekiel, and it's going to play out today. But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and they shall bind with thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue to cleave to the roof of thy mouth, and thou shalt be dumb, and thou shalt be to them a reprover, for they are rebellious house. So the Most High said to the prophet Ezekiel, I'm going to make your tongue cleave to the roof of your mouth, and thou shalt be dumb. You won't be able to speak. Okay? And we're not going to go out amongst y'all no more, man. Okay? Just like the parable of the 10 virgins, 5 wise, 5 foolish. People may recognize you. And they be like, yo, man, you told us that martial law was coming and all these things. Can you go through that again? You show me that? And we going to tell them, yo, we can't, man. Okay, we're done with that, man. We're finished. Figure this thing out on your own. We did our job, man. We're not going through nothing. When all hell start breaking loose, we are done. Okay? Okay, that's when the Most High is going to pour his wrath without mixture. So, the word of the day is, man, like the scripture says, seek the Most High while he may be found. Because like Yahawah said, the night is coming when no man can work. So giving all praise, Yahawah Shemel Shah. Brothers, let's keep pushing this word while we still can, man. And Lord willing, we can endure to the latter end. With that, I'm going to say shalom.